Alright guys, so this will be another exciting video for myself because this will be the first time I go out on the water using my own kayak. And previously, when me and my wife go out to do trips and we want to get on the river, we usually go and rent kayaks. Those sit-on-top kayaks are a lot of times easy to pedal, and they're very wide and stable, but they just doesn't feel like they are my own kayak that I can be in control of. So I decided, why not just buy my own kayak, the one that I like and fits my needs. So that's exactly what I did. I bought a Brooklyn Kayak Company. I think this SK or SK287 or something. It's their sea kayak model. This is a touring model with a length of 14.75 foot, so almost 15 foot. So it's not terribly wide, it's not terribly long, and it's also not terribly short. So this will provide a good balance between controllability or maneuverability and also stability when you are fairly out open in the close to the seashore. Okay. And along with that, I have to spend a lot of money on top of just buying a kayak. That's what I realized after I bought the kayak, because before, the only thing when we go rent, the only thing they give you is a life jacket, and obviously I find out that's not the only thing that you need for proper kayaking safety. So I'm going to show you guys what I got for my very first kayaking trip on my own. And so first thing first is a very good quality life jacket that's comfortable and also provides a lot of pocket, and I think pockets are actually quite important. So if you go out looking for a life jacket for yourself, you definitely want one with lots of pocket, so you can stuff a lot of stuff in here that you need in case you fall off into the water and you need to access them like fairly quickly. Okay, so this one that I have is a NRS Sea Vest. C stands for the actual ocean, so I guess this one is more geared towards kind of close inshore and maybe offshore use, and it provides again the standard type 3 16.5 pounds of flotation. And the cool thing I like about this is, again, the amount of pockets, 5 pockets total, or actually 4, and lots of hooks, access, top, bottom, and 2 of those tabs for knives. And you can stuff your radio. Again, radio is also important. This is VHF video from Standard Horizon. This is one of their more affordable model, HX210. And again, it's not cheap by cheap in build quantity. Okay, this is a real made in Japan VHF Marine radio. So it will provide you the standard coverage and radio coverage for your needs inshore, close to the shore. So if you need help, switch to channel 16 and make your distress call. Okay, every kayaker should have a VHF Marine video if you ever kayak close to the shore instead of in the lakes and on the canals. Okay, so definitely helpful. So I can just literally just stuff this in here, and with those dual zippers I can close the pocket, so I always have my radio with me. So that I think is important, and those are the first thing that I spend my money on. The next thing I have to go out and buy is a proper pedal with proper use and proper length. Okay, so this one is the Aquabond Stingray Hybrid. I chose this one because it's a good balance of price and performance. This pedal is carbon fiber shaft with fiberglass reinforced. The area, I don't know how to call this surface area, is fiberglass reinforced, and it's very light. It's only 30 ounce. Okay, so I think I bought it for, after all the rebates, cashback, this is $110. If you go to the store and you buy a regular fiberglass pedal, that's usually a lot more heavier, you're gonna be spending probably the same amount of money. So definitely go out and shop around and find the best deal possible. the reason I have to buy my own is because I need a shorter length shaft pedal, because this is a very narrow kayak, 22 inches wide. So with a narrow kayak, you want a shorter pedal according to your height, and this is basically the recommended length for me to get. So I went out and bought my own pedals. So those are the first things that I bought, and today I'm going out on the trip for my first time, and I will try to figure out what more stuff I need as I go along the way. Okay, so some other stuff that I already own is a waterproof bag, and this I will probably just stuff next to my or in between my my legs, with some basic stuff in here. But I did order a proper watertight kayaking bag that I might show you guys later. It actually arrives today, so we might be able to use it next time when I'm out on the trip with my wife. So I'll show you guys those setups later. And also I have a lot of water. Miami now have a heat wave warning. Today in Miami it's exceedingly hot, 95 degrees around noon. So right now it's still early, like around 8. And I'm not going to the ocean. I'm just gonna kayak around the canal close to my home, and I still got plenty of water, you know, 2 liters of water plus a cup of water that actually had the sports drink mix in it, so I don't get dehydrated and get muscle cramps, and that's would be the least I want, you know, while kayaking. Some clothes that I can change later on if I do get wet, and that is some more comfortable seats that actually came with this Brooklyn kayak that I bought from the previous owner. And of course a water shoe. I have the Crocs, but I need to get a proper one, and also some basic first aid kits. I have some just you know, alcohol wipes and band-aid and some compressions and gauze, all inside that little bag just in case I need it. And I scrape myself, and a safety whistle. This whistle I bought in a pack of 10 for only $6, and it works pretty good. I tested it, so I have one here, and I also have one in the whatever the ditch bag they call over there. And that's pretty much all you need for the first, or at least all I gathered for my first kayak trip. So the next thing I need to do, actually, also one last thing I need to show you guys. If you're buying a kayak for yourself, you absolutely need a little kayak rack. If you just always go out and kayaking on your own, a kayak rack is like absolutely necessary. This one is from a website called Vivor. I think I spent like $48 on those, and the best investment ever, because before I bought my kayak, when I bought those 2 used kayaks, I have to carry it with 2 hands, like around the edge. It's super heavy. Now I put it on here, it's effortless. It just glides super easy. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so I just lift one side and I can push it around like super easy. Okay, not much effort needed. So I'm gonna show you guys how that works. Hopefully next time when I have to get both this kayak and my wife's kayak on my car. And if you haven't watched my video previously, another thing you need to when you buy your own kayak is of course a proper kayak rack. And I would highly recommend the J-Lo from Yakima. And this is an excellent rack. I used it for 2 times already when I bought those 2 kayaks. No trouble, very lightweight, very durable, and very easy to set up. So I have a very detailed video previous, so I'm gonna post the link in the description, and also post the link on the top right corner, so you can click and see what you need to properly set up the kayak rack. Okay, but basically for my car, this is a Yakima baseline foot plus a Jetstream bar that I used for my car, which is a Honda Clarity. Okay, and obviously when you need to tie your kayak, each kayak needs 2 of those straps for the body and 2 of those straps for the stern and the whole area to hook onto the front and the back of your car. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna show you guys. Let's see. So that's a setup. Next section, I'm going to go on the water and give this a pedal and maybe come back, give you guys my thoughts on did I prepare enough of the stuff for the first kayaking trip, or did I miss anything that I should definitely get the next time I'm on the water. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next section. All right, so kayak is loaded. Took me a little bit. Again, this is probably the third time I'm loading the kayak, but this time I'm going on the water for real. So it feels like I did a much quicker job compared to the last time when I bought those kayaks. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the water. All right, so got to my local park. This is a launching site that's about 5 minutes away from my home. It's a little canal in Miami that actually goes all the way into the bay. Quite a nice area. Over there is the Biltmore Hotel. You guys might be able to see from the reflection. So this canal actually runs through the Biltmore golf course, which is right there. Upwards for about probably like 0.7 miles, and then it goes downwards 3-4 miles into the ocean. And right now is, let's see, we're going through a low tide, so the water is actually flowing into the ocean. Right there, that way is the ocean. And I'm gonna try to launch here again, my first time, so don't really know what to expect. I'll try to launch as smooth as possible, I guess, and then I'll do another video after I successfully launch. Hope those ducks doesn't laugh at me, but I have my kayak in the water. Very easy to load over here with a little dog, so and it's very grippy, so even with my Crocs I'm able to actually just lightly have the kayak floating over there, kind of like a gravel mud mix on the dock. And so yeah, let's try to launch. The flow seems to be a little faster now going to the ocean side. Let's see. So let me put my phone away. I don't want my first launch to be disaster, so I'll update you guys in a little bit. All right, so got on water very first time with my own kayak. Again, first kind of touring sea kayak. Very unstable, so I have to be really careful. I don't want to roll over. I forgot the pump, so there are a lot of things I want to talk about after this first kayaking trip, only because preparation is really the key to get ready on your first trip. So I want to share it at the end of the video so you guys can be prepared better than me. Okay, but it's absolutely beautiful here in the canal. I only kayaked probably like half a mile, and it's already a lot of fun. Okay, I would say not bad for the first trip. I didn't know like within 5 minutes of where I live could have this kind of very peaceful, quiet scenery. This is fantastic. So definitely gonna enjoy kayaking more. All right, so I'm about 1.5 miles into the kayaking, and I'm gonna take this as the point of going back because a storm is coming. So every time there's a storm, of course, safety first. So I'm gonna try to wrap up today's first kayaking section, and I would say despite having some unpreparedness, I think it went pretty well. Okay. All right, definitely on the way back. Thunderstorm is getting worse. Lots of alarms going around, but that's Biltmore Hotel, and I'm right at the Biltmore Hotel golf course. It's a little nice canal for practicing, especially I think it's did really well for my first time paddling with my own sea kayak. Definitely needs a lot of improvements before I feel like I'm ready for a big sea adventure. But for now, I think canal is definitely a great option to just pedal around and get pretty familiar with my kayak. All right, I did it. Landed safely. But for the sitting kayak, when you get out, there's no way you're not gonna get wet. So I have to balance myself, get one foot out, standing on the ground before I can take my second foot off the ground. It's really unstable when you try to, just try to jump out. It's definitely gonna flip for a sitting kayak that's kind of narrow. This one is 22 inch. So yeah, lesson learned. Next time I'll have a pair of better water shoes so can be better prepared for those kind of situation. But it did work out this time perfectly fine. What I want to recap is it's a horrible idea to put the water back here, because when I try to access it, there's no way I can access the water. So for the entire 4 miles duration, I did my paddling without any water, which is really bad idea. So next time I'll have the water in the front, or I'll probably get a water pack so I can get the water at a place that's very easily accessible. Another thing that I learned, and also while paddling, try not to have your pedal get stuck in one of those seaweeds, because if it gets stuck, you might flip, and if you couldn't pull the pedal out, you might flip. It's very easy to get flipped in a sitting narrow sea kayak. So just keep that in mind. And again, this is my first one and I survived okay, but I definitely envision myself sometimes going out paddling and I'm gonna be flipping. Another thing that I forgot, most important, is if I do flip, there's gonna be water in here. I forgot to bring my kayak pump. Big no-no. So next time I'll definitely have everything just in the car, so when I'm ready, I'll just load it up. And yeah, I did survive and my car is still there. And I'm gonna load everything up, go back to my car and call it a day.